A big fan of Beyoncé.
I love her.
And so has she given you any kind of advice or...
Yeah, she actually wrote me this cute little letter and she signed it with her autograph. It was so cute. When I first met her, and she wrote, she was telling me just let loose when you perform and just have fun and be in control.
Lately, there's been a lot of chatter about whether Jay-Z and Rihanna ever had something going on back in the day. With all the rumors flying around about Jay-Z, people are digging up old stories, and one of them is pretty wild. Apparently, Rihanna made Beyoncé cry after Jay-Z showed up at a party holding hands with Rihanna. But here's the twist: Rihanna is said to have been the one who actually helped Beyoncé through that tough, embarrassing moment. So today, let's take a closer look at all of this and finally clear up what really happened between them. Stick around because we're about to get into the details. All right, grab a seat because we're about to dive into the whole story of Rihanna and Jay-Z. Now, we all know Beyoncé was already a superstar in the industry when Rihanna came in. After Rihanna dropped her hit Pon de Replay, she signed with Jay-Z's record label, and of course, she crossed paths with Beyoncé. In the beginning, Rihanna couldn't stop talking about how much she admired Beyoncé. She said multiple times that she looked up to her and was a huge fan. Rihanna even shared that Beyoncé gave her some solid advice and wrote her a super sweet letter, signing it with love. So stick around because we're about to get into all the juicy details of their relationship. Let's dive right into this. Rihanna once shared how sweet Beyoncé was when they first met. Not only did she write Rihanna a cute letter with her autograph, but she also gave her some awesome advice: let loose when you perform, have fun, and be in control. Sounds pretty amazing, right? But here's a twist that a lot of people might not know: Beyoncé actually helped Rihanna get more attention on her label. The catch? It came at the expense of another artist, Tierra Mari. So how do we know this? Well, in his memoir, Sing to Me, My Story of Making Music, Finding Magic, and Searching for Who's Next, L.A. Reid shared that when he first met Rihanna, it was right after he just checked out another artist. Pretty wild, huh? Let's take it back a bit. So when L.A. Reid first saw Rihanna, she wasn't even singing or performing. She was just standing outside an office, looking like a pretty girl. He had no idea she was a singer. But Jay-Z had already heard her sing and was all in on getting her signed. He really pushed for it, and soon enough, Rihanna was part of the team. Once she was signed, Jay-Z and his crew took charge of the AR for her first album, with L.A. Reid having no part in it. Here's where it gets interesting. At the same time, they also signed another artist, a talented young woman named Tierra Mari. According to L.A. Reid, things took a surprising turn after that. Stick with me because we're about to get into what happened next. Alright, here's where things get really interesting. After seeing both Rihanna and Tierra Mari perform, L.A. Reid actually thought Tierra had what it took to be his star artist. But then, something happened that changed everything. Beyoncé gave him this certain look and told him to pick Rihanna instead. That's how Rihanna ended up getting the spot over Tierra. Now, here's where things get a little wild. Some people believe that the real reason Beyoncé pushed for Rihanna over Tierra was because she didn't see Rihanna as a threat. But when it came to Tierra's talent, some say Beyoncé felt a little threatened. In fact, some even think Beyoncé may have played a role in sabotaging Tierra's chances, especially since Jay-Z was already showing a lot of interest in Rihanna. It's definitely a situation that raised some serious eyebrows. What do you think about all this? Stick around because we're about to dig deeper. Alright, hold on tight because things are about to get interesting. The title of Princess of the Rock was supposed to go to someone else, but in a surprising turn, Rihanna ended up being even more impressive than anyone expected. She quickly became not just a career rival for Beyoncé, but someone who even posed a threat to her relationship with Jay-Z. Now, we've all heard the rumors, and one that's been making its way around recently is about a party Beyoncé attended. She showed up alone, but a little while later, Jay-Z walked in with Rihanna by his side, looking all cozy and lovey-dovey. From what I've heard, after Beyoncé saw this, things got pretty intense. Stick with me because we're about to break down exactly what went down next. Okay, buckle up because this next part is pretty intense. So when Beyoncé saw Jay-Z walk into that party with Rihanna, it hit her hard. Allegedly, she broke down, sobbing uncontrollably and even hyperventilating. But here's where it gets crazy. Reports say Jay-Z didn't seem to care at all. It's like he didn't even notice or pay any attention to how upset Beyoncé was, even though he was walking in with Rihanna right by his side. Instead, Jay-Z and Rihanna kept having a great time at the party, completely ignoring the situation. Meanwhile, it was Beyoncé's friend, Elle, who had to step in and comfort her. Now, think about this: if Jay-Z could embarrass Beyoncé like this in front of everyone, can you imagine what might have been happening behind closed doors? It definitely makes you question their relationship and what was really going on between them. What do you think? Let's talk about it. This whole situation really shows how much control Jay-Z has had over Beyoncé. Honestly, it's a lot. People have always wondered why she stayed with him despite everything, and this just adds more fuel to that mystery. Now, let's get back to the Rihanna drama. There's actually more to the story that's come out recently. For example, Becoming Beyoncé biography by J. Randy Taraborelli, which was released in 2015, has resurfaced and it reveals something pretty shocking. According to the book, the Carters reportedly separated for a year back in 2005. Yeah, you heard that right, a whole year apart. And this split, well, it definitely caused some major waves. What do you think about this? Let's talk about it. So, all of this went down around the time Jay-Z started working closely with Rihanna, which of course sparked rumors about a possible affair. During this period, Randy gave an interview to Entertainment Tonight and explained that Beyoncé was totally confused by the situation. It got so intense that they actually took a break from each other for a while. They spent about a year apart because Beyoncé didn't know how to handle everything going on with Rihanna. And as the affair rumors spread like wildfire, Rihanna's former publicist Jonathan finally spoke out. Things were definitely spiraling, and it left a lot of people questioning what was really happening behind the scenes. So, what do you think was going on? Let's dive into it and discuss. So, here's the thing, the publicist later came clean and admitted that they actually started the rumor to help boost Rihanna's career. In an email, they explained that the whole PR stunt was a last-ditch effort to make Pon de Replay a success. At the time, they didn't think it would actually work. It was just a shot in the dark trying to see what would stick. But here's where it gets intense. The publicist said they never expected the rumor to blow up like it did. And what really bothered him was seeing Beyoncé go through all that pain. Knowing that people were making money off the speculation and drama surrounding her really turned his stomach. He added, "What do you think about this?" Let's dive deeper. The publicist openly admitted feeling ashamed for even talking about the situation, but he wanted to clear things up and put the rumors to rest once and for all. This is something that Randy also touched on in his biography. However, knowing how Jay-Z operates, I wouldn't be shocked if the publicist was pressured into confessing that he started the rumor. Plus, there were plenty of signs that pointed to an affair between Jay-Z and Rihanna. Now, a few weeks ago, Jonathan spoke out about how his phone had been blowing up non-stop ever since the Jay-Z stories came back into the spotlight. It's clear that this whole situation is a lot bigger than we might think. What's your take on all of this? Let's break it down. The whole drama has been making headlines again lately, and the publicist took to Instagram to share, "I was mentioned in this explosive and viral documentary by Trap Ella Ross featured on Academics, and my phone has been blowing up non-stop for the past week." And if that wasn't enough, Jaguar Wright has also spoken out about the whole thing. The publicist who worked with Rihanna on her debut single Pon de Replay said it's time to finally clear the air and set the record straight. He promised what he's about to reveal isn't just shocking, it's messy, crazy, and wild. Trust me, you won't want to miss what comes next. Jonathan said that everything he and William Moseley have been through over the years with this huge scandal needs to be laid to rest once and for all. He warned that there would be serious consequences and people would be shocked, but the truth had to come out. In a follow-up interview, he dropped a bombshell. Jonathan claimed that federal agents had been watching Jay-Z closely, especially after his issues with Lance Rivera. He even mentioned Jay-Z's possible involvement in a situation with R. Kelly during their joint tour. Jonathan said that one day unmarked law enforcement cars pulled up and he was stopped by agents. It was clear that things were getting really intense. What do you think about all this? Let's dig deeper into what's really going on. Jonathan recalled the moment when unmarked cars pulled up and a group of intimidating individuals got out, introducing themselves as part of a federal task force. They asked to speak with him, and he nervously followed them. As they took him into a small, empty room that felt more like an interrogation spot, his panic started to rise. Once the questioning began, it hit him just how serious the situation was. The agents told him they were investigating Jay-Z for allegedly